The record button. Make the magic happen. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque, and we're underway here. Played out the far side. The Oaks will dump it back in, wraps all the way around to the near boards. Play it out to neutral ice. The Oaks will go D to D. Bring it up the far side in front of the scorer's table, dumped into the zone. It wraps around back behind Freihoffer's net. Molenkamp will send it back the other way over to... Name escapes me. Oh, that's going to hurt. Michael Polsdell dumps it down behind the net. Randall goes for a change. Oaks will break it out the near side. Randall's got it, dumps it back in. That's Palmer on the far side, applying a little pressure. Oaks spin away from him, and they'll break it up the far boards. Out to neutral ice, all the way back. Cooper Smith back from sickness or injury, I can't remember. Throws it back to the point. The Oaks steal it and dump it down to the corner. Throwing out to center ice. Picked up there by Tees. Meehan. Carter Meehan. That's the name I was missing. Shot saved by the goaltender. Thrown back out in front. Loose in the slot. Comes over to Tees. Tees wheels and fires. Blocked by the defense. And they'll kick it out to neutral ice. Anders Hill back to get it. Off the far boards. Back to the Oaks D. Taken away there by Troush. Kicked off the boards. Sent into the zone. Saints will retreat as the Oaks fire at the length of the ice for icing. The goalie turns around, will get his number and have his name. Everything will be great. Stands there and looks at me. I'll have nothing. I got nothing. Get Waddick into the face-off dot. He's out there with Lund and Maddox Mitchell. Puck's down, won by Waddick, sent towards the net. Back behind it goes. The Oaks will go D to D. Spins, and they'll back on the end board. Back to the other D. Tries to play it up the far side. Mitchell's there to knock it off his stick. Wrapped around behind the net. The Oaks will throw it to the near corner. Try to play it up the half wall on the near side. Comes back to Owen Troush. Backhands it over to Anders Hill. Hill now hard up the boards. No icing as it went through two Oaks players. Mitchell in to apply the pressure behind the net. Knocks it loose. Kicks it to his skate. He's got a man out in front. Can't quite get it there. And the Oaks fire it out the far side. Can't quite get it out of the zone. They'll reverse and come back to the near side. It's Lunders. They'll carry it into the attacking zone. Knocked off the puck there. Now the Oaks in control in the near corner. Played up the half wall. Oaks D holds it in and goes D to D to the far side. Shot. Loose in front. Brandt with a nice save. Still battled it loose in the slot. Now squirts over to Brandt, and he covers for the whistle. Strauss is on the bench for the Oaks, so by process of elimination, that's got to be Jobson in that. Jobson says he's number one. That doesn't look like a single digit. We'll figure it out later. Back to live action. Sent out by Eubanks. Knocked back in by the Oaks. It's Meehan. Plays it over to Molenkamp. Sent up the middle to Powell. Powell now taken away at center ice. Comes back in. Knocked off the puck by Orr. The Oaks walking to the top of the slot. Fired a shot blocked by Meehan. Wrapped around the back of the net. Kicks off to the near side. Molenkamp back to get it behind the net. Plays it out to the far boards. Held in by the Oaks D. Fired on net. Saved by Freihoffer. Kick to the near face-off dot. Now it's forced out by Molenkamp. The Oaks will regroup. Head back in. Taken away. Now chipped out the far side. Kick back to Meehan. Meehan goes D to D to Smith. Smith fires off the fall boards. Untouched. And they'll go the length for icing. That goalie has a 2 in his number. They don't have any goalies on their roster with a 2 in their number. It's killing me, folks. Smith now controls the draw. Oaks have it at the faceoff dot. Back to the top of the circle. They'll go back to their D. Sent towards the net. Saved by Freihoffer. Loose in front. Another save by Freihoffer. Randall sends it off the far boards. Bounces over the D stick. Saints the other way. Controlled by the Oaks in their own defensive zone. They'll play it back behind the net. Michael Pulse is there to take it away. Sends it towards center ice. Drop pass there to Elsie. Sends it to the slot. Nobody home. Pulse picks it up. Wheels at the blue line. Dumps it back into Randall. Randall now back behind the net. Kicked out in front. The Oaks have it there. Sent off the far boards. Taken back away by Pole. Still send it to the corner. Battles for it there. Centering pass. Gets away from everyone. Back to Sukuchov. Back at the red line. She goes D to D over to Cooper Smith. Randall chips into the zone before going for a change. The Oaks will start off from their goal line. Long pass. Kicked down by Ethan Tees. Sent towards the net. The Oaks recover and send it out the far side. Troush is there. Plays it off to Anders Hill. Anders sends it into the zone. Controlled by the Oaks. Played back out to center ice. They'll drive the far side where Tees gets in the way and slows him down. Now just inside the Dubuque defensive zone. Owen Troush has it at the faceoff dots. Played it back out to the blue line. The Oaks hold it in. Walk to the top of the faceoff. Circle. Shot. Just wide of the net. Sent out to the half wall. Palmer plays it up ahead. Elliot Troush there. Gets the brakes. Top of the circle. Ball down shot. Goes just wide. Now sent back to the corner. That's Palmer. Centering pass. Taken away by Troush. Can't get a shot off. Tees to play it back to Monkamp. Send it back up ahead to Palmer, who dumps it in off the ref's head. I don't really like that. Fired on net, wide to the corner. Goaltender still not showing me his number. Fired in by Meehan, all the way down to the end wall. Spins away from one. Now he'll bring it up the near side. Cross ice pass. The Oaks dump it into the zone. Goes back behind Freihoffer's net. Taken away by Molenkamp there. Plays it over to Meehan. Back to Molenkamp. And up to the near walls. Lunders takes it away. Spins away from one. Walks to his D partner. Now bouncing puck to the slot. Loose. Bounces up into Brant Freihoffer's chest, and he'll get a whistle. So with 8:24 left to go in the first period, shots on goal favor the Oaks, 6-1. Swear to God, that goalie's got a 2 in his jersey. Smith wraps around to the far side where Maddox Mitchell plays it off. Just under the stick of Waddick. And run. Now dumped into the zone. That goalie is Zach Lunders. 30. Now we got it all under control. Cooper Smith rings around the back of the net. Gets out of the reach of Maddox Mitchell, which is a tough thing to do. Wyatt Powell chases all the way back into the Oaks zone. He'll try and play it out and due to the far side. Elsie stands him at the blue line. Shot deflected by Sukuchov. Up into the netting for a whistle. 7:24 left in the first period. Still scoreless here in Dubuque. We'll get Powell into the faceoff dot. Won by the Oaks. They'll send it back to their D. Dumped on net. Hits 7 things in front. Good cheer from the Saints bench for blocking a shot. Now fired back in. Blocked again in front. Owen Troush. They try to manhandle him in the boards. That doesn't work out well for anyone involved. Troush still giving them the business in the corner, and we'll get a whistle on the pinned puck. See Coach Justin instructing going from the bench. Don't punch him in the head. Seems like solid advice. At Molenkamp, he's a smart guy. Powell back to the dot. One by the Oaks. I'll throw it back to the point. Dump back down to the corner. Troush behind the net to get it. Can't quite get there as the Oaks win the race. Now Orr hard off the boards, and he's going to draw a penalty. Sent out to center ice. Goes the length of the ice for an icing. The Oaks will send Chisel to the box for 2 minutes for roughing. We'll get our first look at the Dubuque power play, consisting of Big Michael Poles, even bigger Tyler Randall, and the mighty Ethan Teese. Back on defense, we've got Palmer and Anderson. Teese to the dot. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks, and they'll fire at the length.
Opening penalty on number 27 for roughing at 6:59.
Walked out by Anders Hill. He'll play it out to the far side. Randall walks away from one, gets it over to Teese at the near side. He'll drive it deep. Leaves it there, but help had not arrived in the form of Anders Hill. The Oaks have it, and they'll send it to length. Shot on Freihopper. He'll play it off to Michael Poles, who will start up behind the net. Poles works it out to the near side. Big cross-ice pass to Randall, racing down the far side. Top of the circle, it's knocked off his stick. Randall regains in the corner, sends it around to the near side. Poles picks it up there. Battle along the boards. Now they try and send it out. It's knocked down. All three Saints forwards battling for it in the corner. Palmer behind the net now. Spins it back to Teese. Got Poles in the front. Doesn't hit him. Back to Anders Hill at the blue line. Nice fake shot. Fired into the Oaks bench. Little friendly fire there. Everyone appears to be all right. Smiles and laughs. Second unit pops out. Cooper Smith, Carter Molenkamp, Elliot Troush, and Maddox Mitchell. Sent to the slot, loose puck, collected by the Oaks. It's Troush now. Sends it towards the net. Maddox Mitchell in front, can't quite get a stick on it. Now Troush walks it over to the near side. Circles back behind the net. Hits the brakes there. Plays it off the back of the net. Out to Mitchell in the front. Big spinning wraparound. Sent to the near corner. Now back behind the net. Oaks will wrap it around the far side. Smith can't quite get there. Gets by him, and the Oaks are on his back to get it. He'll force it all the way back behind the net. Molenkamp tries to play it off for him. Oaks still apply the pressure. Now Smith has got it. Plays it up to Troush. Troush long, cross-ice pass to no one. Collected by the Oaks. They'll fire it back in the defensive zone. Now we'll try it again. Max Mitchell drags his 7-foot frame across the blue line to stay on side. That'll do it for the power play. Both teams back to 5 aside. Oaks into the zone, 3-on-2. Shot on net, saved by Freihopper, loose in front. Kick just wide. And it's sent out the far side. The Oaks can't hold it in the zone. All the way back to the defensive blue line. They'll go D-to-D in their own defensive zone. Now fired out the far side. Dumped into the zone. Wraps around to the near corner. Saints will battle for it there. It's pulled away by Eubanks. He muscles the puck into the corner. Cross-ice pass. Saints will throw it out in front, or the Oaks will throw it out in front. It's collected there by Anders Hill, who tries to get a souvenir to his mom. A little farther, Anders. Oh, I need to move my camera so we're not looking at so much wall. No one likes that. Looks like T's out for the faceoff. 1, back to the blue line. Lunders holds it in there. Now the Saints take it away. Cooper Smith out the far side. Into the attacking zone. Elliott Troush knocked down offsides and then tackled. Completely unnecessary. Troush says, hey, no problem. 3:46 left in the first period. Shots in favor of the Oaks, 7-2. Tees for the faceoff. He wins it back. Controlled by Smith. Gets it over to Elsey. Elsey off the boards. Dumped in by Palmer. Tees carries it now. Shot on net. Kicked out to the near side. Troush can't spin and get a shot out quick enough, and the Oaks will race it out to center ice. Into the attacking zone they come. Hits the brakes at the top of the circle. Shot goal. So the Oaks draw first blood. Getting on the board with 3:24 left in the first period. First to the line is Sexton. With Waddick out for the faceoff, he's got Lund and Mitchell up there with him. Puts it down, won by the Oaks. They'll go D-to-D on their own blue line. Tries to set it up through the middle. Taken away by Dubuque temporarily. Now the Oaks fight to get it back. Now back into the Oaks defensive zone. Des Moines will play it up through the middle. Into the attacking zone. Taken away by Meehan temporarily. Oaks fire it on net. Freihofer knocks it onto the back of the net. It's worked off by the Oaks. They'll try their wraparound. Now back to the point it comes. Fired on net, hit in front by Waddick. Waddick up the far side, tries to get it out to center ice to Lund. Can't connect there, and the Oaks will counter, catches Dubuque in a change. Lunders tries to walk around one. Played back to the point. And a bit of a breakaway here for Dubuque. Hits the brakes. Back out to neutral ice. Saints have it now. Played back to Anders Hill. Sends it over to Owen Troush. Through the middle, Randall gets a piece of fucking tender for Pulse. Pulse carries it top of the circle. Shot directly over the head of Lunders. Now it's Troush. Rolls off his stick, and we're going the other way. Shot on net. Glove by Freihofer. He'll hold on for a whistle.
Oakland's goal at 3:24. Number 37. Ben Sexton. From number 38, Will Lunders. 3:24.
Sexton from London. Ryder in for the faceoff for the Oaks. He'll face off against Tyler Randall. Randall wins the draw, sends it back behind the net. The Oaks take it away there on the goal line. Plays it back to the blue line. Big shot there, blocked in front by Michael Poles. Anders Hill sends it out to the far boards. Knocked back in by the Oaks. Played around to the near boards now. Michael Poles has it there. He'll try and chip it off. Can't quite do it. Freihofer out in front. Loose puck. Rolls the goal line. No harm done. Oaks have it now. Back to the half wall. They'll walk it out to the slot. Saved by Freihofer. Work back behind the net. Loose in front. Freihofer made the save with his leg. With 1:31 left in the first period, the Oaks hold the 1-0 lead. Shots on goal, 3-13 in favor of Des Moines. We'll get Tees, Troush, and Palmer out for the faceoff. Tees to the dot. Puck's down. Played to the corner, wrapped around by Cooper Smith. Elliott Troush can't quite get it. Sent out in front, saved by Freihofer. Oaks have it on the near boards. They'll play catch with the D. Now a long cross ice pass to the other D. Shot wide of the net. Carries over to Palmer, who gets it knocked back in his face. Now it's sent the length of the ice. Very nice. Lunders, little shuffleboard. Oh, hits Bird. Already fouled. Eubanks, Powell, and Lund out for the faceoff. Cooper Smith and Elsie Sukochov out there with him. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks. Chip by him, Lund now. A little bit of a foot race. The Oaks are going to win. Back behind the net, they'll play it. They'll go D to D behind the goal line. Now played to the corner, taken away there by Powell. Broken stick, $300 down the tubes. Tries to chip it around Elsie. That didn't work out real well for you. There's a charge, uncalled. Set on net, nobody there. Chick wide. The Oaks will play it back to the point. Set on net. Bouncing in the slot. And we're going to whistle. 27.4 seconds left in the first period. Oaks are up 1-0. I think it was Wyatt Powell's stick that snapped. We'll get, looks like Randall out there for the face-off. Puck's down, controlled by Des Moines. They'll go D to D at the blue line. Squirts out of the zone. It's taken away there by the Saints. Knocked off on the far side. Still battle for in the corner. Now the Oaks have it, and they'll bring it out the far side. Nice back check by Michael Poles. Races back there. Shot on Brant Freihofer. He'll kick it to the corner. Played out to the near side. It's off the Poles, and that'll do it on the first period. So after one, the Oaks hold a 1-0 lead. Big advantage in the shots on goal. Currently out shooting Dubuque 16-3. We'll welcome all 23 viewers. See the Oaks have a broadcast set up on the other side. So if you're watching my broadcast instead of the Oaks, thank you. If you're watching the Oaks broadcast instead of mine, you can't hear the nasty things I'm about to say. Saints start a long homestand. I don't think we're back on the road. I think we've got one game in Waterloo and one game in the Quad Cities in the next 6 weeks. So some good home cooking and sleeping in your own bed instead of the Road Warriors we've had all of November. Could have looked at the score sheet to see who was in net. Things like this you don't think of. Some scores from around the league. It was the Capitals victorious over the Metros in the JV contest. 2-1. Quad City and Waterloo currently knotted at 1 apiece. And the Jets from Kansas City and the Cyclones from Ames still 0-0. The Caps and Metros are at the varsity contest already. Let's take a quick look and see what the scoring is there. Oh, it's already over. Caps are victorious over Sioux City 6-0. To the surprise of no one. Back underway here in the second period. We'll get T's and T's to the dot. Up there with Troush and Palmer. The other Troush and the Hill at defense. Tease has got it, plays it back to Owen. Owen sends it up the near boards, taken away by the Oaks D at the blue line. Now give and go play out of the corner. Spinorama doesn't get finished. Oaks and Tease battle for in the corner. Tease lost the stick. Oh, picked it up just in time to take a cross check to the head. Now it's Troush out to center ice. Rolling puck goes all the way, just short of icing. The Oaks will play it back behind the net. Kicked out to the far side, held in. Taken away on a block shot, and the Oaks are off to the races. Owen Troush runs him down. Might have drew 2 penalties on that. We'll see if there's a penalty shot involved too. Those are what you call good penalties, as long as there's not a penalty shot. Interference. Because Owen took out the man that didn't have the puck. Hey, sometimes you got to eliminate the lead blocker. So no penalty shot, but the Oaks will head out on a 5-on-4 power play. Oh, it wasn't Troush, it was Anders. Which I'm pretty sure they got wrong. No offense to Owen, but I'd rather have Anders out there. Like Owen would rather have Anders out there. Cooper Smith heads out. We'll switch out Troush's, get it Elliott for Owen. Ref's still discussing what happened here. Maybe they're figuring out that they got the wrong man in the box. Owen back out for Elliott. Tyler Randall into the face-off. He's got Michael Poles on the penalty kill with him.
Interference that puts Dubuque on an O'Connor-Thomas penalty kill.
14-12 left in the second period. Touchdown. Controlled by Dubuque. Played high up into the boards. Out of play. Sent back in by, can only be described as a greasy cameraman. Touchdown again. Randall wins it back behind the goal line. Charles is there. Spins away from one. Hard off the glass. Gets a lucky bounce off the stanchion. Still played to the Oaks at the blue line. Now deflected back out to center ice. The Oaks will go all the way back. Michael Poles tries to knock it loose. The Oaks control. Their own blue line. They'll set up there. D to D all the way back behind the net. They'll work it out the far side. Redirected there by Tyler Randall. Played through. Connected with Anderson. They're walking to the high slot. Gives off to the far side. Cross puts the body on him there. It's kicked out. Randall gets a piece of it. Knocked back down by Des Moines. Now it's Randall again on the far boards. Can't get by the Oaks defender. Walks it from the top of the circle. Shot blocked in front by Troush. Randall backhands it. Held in by at the blue line by the Oaks again. Centering pass. Saved by Freihofer. And he'll hold on for the whistle. 13:05 left in the second period. And 1 minute of the penalties killed. We'll get Elsie Sukocha, Carter Mulankamp, and Ethan Tees out with Elliott Troush. Tees to the dot. One by the Oaks. They'll go D to D. Set on net, just wide. Now played back to the D again. The Oaks will play catch, 10 feet from the blue line. Send over to the far side, top of the circle. Spins away from one. Spins away again. Now it's sent back to Jimmer. Played to the near side. Jimmer shot wide of the net. Taken away by Elliott Troush. He'll battle for it on the boards. From his knees, some fancy stick handling. Played back to the blue line. Went for the diving puck stock. Get down front. Nice save by Strauss on the vents. I'll give him credit for that one there. 9 seconds left on the power play. Try and hit Otters Hill and after the face-off one. Hit him on the breakout after the penalty expires. We get Big Carter Meehan out there. Randall in for the faceoff, won by the Oaks. Played into the Oaks bench, just 5 seconds left. Bench still has honors to jump back into play. Bouncing puck, controlled by Dubuque, sent back behind the net. Knee-hand wraps around the boards. The Oaks holding it at the blue line. Sent through the slot. Nobody home. Toilet bowl wrapped around the boards again by the Oaks. Battle for it back behind the net. It's on the back netting, and that'll get us a whistle. Just under 12 minutes left in the second period. The second period. Second period. Shots on goal, favor the Oaks. 18-3. Tyler Randall will come in for the faceoff. Ward by the Oaks. Set on net, block. The other way, Michael Poles is ahead of the pack. Got a man in the slot. Sends it over, just wide of the net. Battle on the near boards. Now the Oaks walk out of the zone with it. All the way down to the goal line. They'll drop it off there on the boards. Taken away by Randall. He'll send it to the far D. Des Moines will regroup in their own defensive zone. Played up to neutral ice. Elsie back to get it. Takes it back behind her own net. Played off to Cooper Smith. Tries to get it back to Elsie. It's knocked off his stick. Now battle for in the corner. Carried out of the zone by Dubuque. Dumped in from the red line. Wrapped all the way around the boards. Gets by Lunders. Pulls it out the boards. Kick back to center ice. Maddox Mitchell has it there. We'll play it off to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp ahead to Mitchell. Shot saved by Lunders. Loose behind the net. Tried to kick it out in front. Couldn't quite get it there. So Waddick throws it back to Anders Hill. Now the Oaks try and get it back up to center ice. Chipped by Anders. Back to Carter Mullenkamp. He'll circle back behind his own net. Plays it across to Wyatt Powell. Drops it off there for Waddick. Waddick sends it into the zone. Knocked back out to center ice. Controlled by Anders. He'll dump it in. Loose in the slot. Mitchell knocks it down. Fortunately, his lower half of his body is in a different hemisphere than his head. Took a second to get control there. Big run on line. Shot in the front. Oh, gets a nice save. Our shot saved by Lunders. We'll get the whistle. Shots 6-18, still in favor of the Oaks, with 10 minutes left in the second period. Powell in for the faceoff. Won by the Oaks. Driven back in by Eubanks. All the way back. Colin Charles back to get it on the goal line. Carries it behind the net. He's run off the puck there. Tripping call. Hooking call. Hooking call. And the Oaks will head to the penalty as Owen Strauss smiles on his way to the bench. I drew an unnecessary penalty there. Hooking is hooking, though. 9:46 left in the second period. Tyler Randall into the dot. You know, Randall's one of the better face-up guys we have, and the Oaks are winning everything. So this is clearly something they work on. Randall now playing catch with Anders Hill. Sends it to the far side to Michael Poles. Plays it back to Hill. Now back over to Poles, top of the circles. Walks it down a little farther. Now spins back. Plays it all the way down to the goal line. Tease drops it back to Poles. Anders knocks it back down to the corner. Tease has got it there. Tease back behind the net. Plays it out to Randall. Randall from the blue line. Back down to Tease. Tease walks the boards. Drops off for Randall. Cross-ice pass over to Poles on the far side. Shot high and wide of the net. Puck caroms off to Randall on the near boards. Taken away by the Oaks. They'll send it back. Held in by Anders Hill. Sent towards the net. Saved by Lunders. Back towards the front. Loose puck. Tease. Shot doesn't go through. Now Tease picks it up in the corner. Plays it up the boards. That's Palmer in now. Anders Hill's shot is deflected high and wide. The Oaks have it there. Hard off the boards. Held in by Randall again. Knocked all the way down to the corner. Oaks have a little time and space. They'll send it to the length of the ice. Saved by Freihofer, who hold on to it as the Oaks apply the pressure. .43 seconds left in the Dubuque power play. Crouching for the faceoff. I'm not sure if he won that or the Oaks won it to the corner, but regardless, still battle for on the far side. The Oaks have it on the boards. Played back behind the net. Cooper Smith back to get it there. They'll drop it off for Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp now up the near side, plays it up in front of the boards. Carried it into the zone by Dubuque. Top of the circle shot. Loose in the slot. Controlled by the Oaks, and they'll kick it all the way back to the defensive zone with just 9 seconds left on the power play. That'll probably do it for that. It's Mullenkamp back behind the net. Dumps it off the near side to Cooper Smith. He'll play it over. Kick back to Smith. Taken away by the Oaks. 2-on-1 the other way. They fumble it a little bit. Now it's Mullenkamp racing up through center ice. Carries it into his own zone. Shot. Saved by Lunders. Pops it up and gloves it for a whistle. And with 7:25 left in the second period, the Oaks hold the 19-8 shooting advantage and the lead 1-0. We got Wyatt Powell up for the faceoff. He's got Orr and Eubanks. Looks like Eubanks. Meehan and Chikocha back on defense. Oaks control. Play catch behind the goal. Now they're working out the far side. Out through center ice to Anderson. Meehan drives him wide. Nice little move. Pops straight up in the air. Meehan hard off the boards. Gets it up to Wyatt Powell. Powell races it on the ice. He's got Eubanks in the center. Shot saved by Lunders. He'll hold on for the whistle. 7 minutes left in the second period. We'll sweep the leg. Ethan Tease to the dot. One by Dubuque. Back to Honors. Honors will dump it to the far corner. Controlled there by the Oaks. D-to-D behind the net. Now in the near corner, they'll play it up to half wall. Knock back down. Honors back at center ice. Troush has got it there. Gets it into the zone. It's a little brother. Played back. Jumps over Troush's stick. Honors over to help him out. Picks it up in his own defensive zone. Skates back to the near side. Long breakout pass. Can't quite connect with Palmer. The Oaks will work it out the far side. Hard off the glass. Out to neutral ice. Back into the zone behind Freihofer's net. He'll stop it there. Leaves it for Anders Hill. Wrapped around to the near side. Pulled off the boards by the Oaks. Back to Anders. Walks away from one behind the net. Aerial pass out to center ice. Just ahead of Elliott Troush. The Oaks have it. And the counterpunch. Cooper Smith takes it away in his own defensive zone. Sent back out to neutral ice. That'll get us a whistle for icing. 5:49 left in the second period. Still 1-0. Tyler Randall to the dot. Wins the face-off. Back to Cooper Smith. Fires it out to neutral ice. Unfortunately, doesn't touch anything. So we'll do it all again. To the left of Brant Fryhopper. Lunder shuffleboards it. Right on target to Dave Blodden. Puck's down. Sent out to neutral ice. Michael Poles leads the attack. Top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Lunders. Loose puck out in front. Oh, almost got Lunders on the inside of the pad leg. Now back to the goal line. The Oaks will play it D-to-D. Sent up the far boards. Chipped off the boards. Taken away by Dubuque. Now the Oaks have it back. Hard charging at Elsie. She drives him wide. Picked up by Randall. Knocked it back behind the goal. Play out to the near side. The Oaks will dump it in. Blocked in front. Now loose on the goal line. Backhanded pass. Sent to the slot. Oaks collected at the blue line. Played out to the far side. Oaks can't quite win the draw. Now the Oaks have it. Face off that. They'll walk the goal line. Played back behind the net. Sent over. It's Cooper Smith. All the way out to neutral ice. The Oaks will dump it into the zone. Bounces to the left to Fryhopper. Right on the goal line. Smith plays it up. Knocked back in. Oaks happy to just play keep away. Now sent out to neutral ice. Taken away by Randall. Sent back to the defense. He'll go for a change. Dumped all the way back behind the net. Fryhopper can't quite get it. Cooper Smith now races to the corner. Smith sends it up. Gets by the Oaks defender. And go the length of the ice for ice.
I'd like to take a minute to thank NXT for our uniforms tonight, our third jersey. Thank you, NXT.
You get Waddick in for the face-off. Oaks win it. Try and go back to the D. Taken away by Maddox Mitchell. Knocked out to center ice. Sent off the far boards. Mitchell has it there. Plays it into the zone. He's got Lund with him. John to the corner. Wraps it back to the point. Molenkamp's got it there. Plays it over to Meehan. Fakes a shot. Oaks the other way. 2-on-1. Carter Molenkamp back. Nice back check by Landon Lund. Sent out in front. Kicked all the way back to the blue line. Just held in by the Oaks. Shot blocked by Waddick. Now fired just wide. Lund over to get it. Chips it back to Molenkamp. Sends it behind the net over to Meehan. Meehan will work it out of the corner. Long cross-ice pass. Can't quite connect with Lund. It'll go all the way back to the Oaks defensive zone. They'll go D-to-D in front of their goaltender. Played out to neutral ice to Sexton. Takes it into the zone. Wyatt Powell knocks him off the puck. Battles to get it out to neutral ice and does. Tries to get over to Orr. He's got it there. Played into the zone. The Oaks have it in defense. Chipped out to center ice. Oaks now again force it out to neutral ice on the far side. Dumped back in by Dubuque as they're going for a change. Orr does the flyby. Now it's Powell back behind the net, applying pressure, takes it away. Gets it off. Eubanks shot, fired on net, saved by Lunders. The Oaks will play it back behind their own net. Troush knocks it back into the zone. Oaks again trying to fire it out, held in again by Troush. He'll send it all the way to the corner. Oaks regroup behind their own net, played out to the far side. Taken away by Tyler Randall just inside the blue line, but the Oaks will force it back out. Again, knocked to the neutral zone. The Oaks dump it in on the wrong side of the blue line, but gets touched by Dubuque. Anders Hill walks out of the corner with it. And Michael pulls on a long breakout, but lots of green between here and there. Offsides is the call by referee Blondin. 1:35 left in the second period. Same to close the gap on shots on goal now to 10 as it's 21-11. Still trail 1-0. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. Cooper Smith plays it over to Elsie. Elsie head to Michael, chips it into the zone. Excuse me. Back bend the net, the Oaks play it. They'll bring it up the half wall, knocked back in by Cooper Smith. Bouncing puck can't be controlled by Tyler Randall. The Oaks take it back below their goal line. They'll go D to D to the far corner. Played out to neutral ice. Bouncing puck collected by Elsie. Fakes the pass. Now set up. Taken away by the Oaks. Elsie drives him into the far wall. Knocks the puck loose 2 or 3 times. It's collected by Cooper Smith. They play it up. Bouncing puck just over the net. Now it's centered. Knocked back to the corner by Cooper. All the way back to the blue line. Just held in. Shot fired on net. Hits the side of the netting. Simpson now back out in front. Kick to the far corner. Just 30 seconds. Dubuque has to withstand the fury. Sent out in front. Bouncing puck. Kicks to the wide side. Nobody home. Simpson now at the blue line. Fired back on net. Blocked. And Tyler Randall's off to the races. Simpson gets control of it in his own defensive zone. Now played back out to neutral ice. Just past Sukachov. 10 seconds left. So eat it behind her own net. Fired out to the far side. Palmer has it there. Out to neutral ice. Elliot Troush. That'll do it on the second period. So after 2, the Oaks lead 1-0. Shots on goal favor the Oaks. 23-11.
If anybody is interested, the concession stand has walking to the code.
We'll take a break. See you back in 15 minutes. Puck's down, we're underway. The Oaks battle for it. Send it into the defensive zone. Sukachov back to get it. Played off to the corner. Elliot Troush tries to force it up the boards. Tease comes in to help him out. The Oaks walk away with it. Dropped off for Lunders at the point. Shot. Deflected in front. Elsie took one off the foot. And it's in the net. Elsie took one directly off the foot. Never a great, there's not a lot of padding in skates for anyone that's never been blasted in the foot. And I could hear it hit. So she's struggling to get to the bench. It's a tough cookie, but that's uncomfortable. Just 30 seconds into the third period, the Oaks jump out to a 2-0 lead. We get Waddick to the dot. One towards the Dubuque bench. Owen Troush plays it up ahead. Maddox Mitchell uses his considerable length. Back behind the net. Still battles for it there. Now it's wrapped off to the near side. Troush picks it up. Can't quite get enough of it to force it in. It's all the way back to neutral ice. Waddick sends over to Anders Hill. Back to Waddick. Slides under his stick. Now it's Lund back in the defensive zone. Again, cross ice. Mitchell picks it up just outside the blue line. Shot. Saved by Lunders. We'll get Molenkamp and Meehan out. Carter defense. Randall into the dot. Randall wins it back. Gets it over to Molenkamp at the blue line. Plays it up ahead. Just out of the reach of the Dubuque wing. Now played back out to center ice. Sexton's got it there. Carries into the zone. He's 1-on-4. He's got help in the middle now. Late comer to the party. Back behind the net it goes. Squirts out to the corner. Dubuque picks it up there, sends it back to the point. Can't hold it in, and it's Michael Poles one-on-one the other way. Randall back to try and get into the play. Shot directly off Lunder's face into the net.
At 14:30, Oakleaf goal scored by number 25, Hayes, from 16, Wall, and 8, Anderson. 25, 16, 8.
Still the Carter administration on defense. Randall into the dot. Oaks control the faceoff. Play it up the boards. Out to neutral ice. Back to Carter. Molenkamp. Off the boards ahead. Oaks will volley it back. Back to Molenkamp. Sends it over to Meehan. Meehan across the blue line. Played ahead to Tyler Randall. Walks into the zone. Severely overmatched. There's a trip. That's not going to be called. Oaks carry it out. All the way into the attacking zone. Tries to throw it out, and he's run off. Tyler Randall full head of steam the other way. 3-on-2. The Saints have a little advantage. Peels off for a change. Now drop pass there into the slot. Taken away by the Oaks. They'll work it back behind their own net. Played off to the near side. Eubanks has it there. Works it down to the corner. Back behind the net he'll go. Tries to throw it off the sideboard. And runs into the net. Knocking the net off. Elsie back out there, standing firmly on 2 feet. Good to see. Good to see. Wyatt Powell into the dot. Oaks control. They'll advance it up the ice into the attacking zone. Shot fired wide. Knocked down by Freihofer. Kicked out to neutral ice. Jimmer will send it back in. Cooper Smith back to get it in the corner. Sends it out to the far side. Or can't quite get there. Now it's sent back to Smith. Back behind the net. Gets it ahead to Elsie. Wyatt Powell sends it up the boards. Knocked back down by the Oaks. Got it on the half wall. Centering pass. Out to the top of the circle. Shot saved by Freihofer. He'll hold on for the whistle. 12:01 left in the third period. Ethan Tees to the dot. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks. Back to the blue line. Shot deflected in front. Otter still chasing behind the net. Loose in the slot. The Oaks try and backhand it in. It's knocked away by Tees and Elliott Troush. Gloved down by the Oaks. Fired from the top of the circle. Blocked again by Tees. Again sent towards the net. Otter still wrestles a man to the ground. Sent out in front. Loose puck in the slot. Kicked away. Now it's Elliott Troush the other way. Full head of steam. All the way down to the goal line. Works it behind the net. Throws out in front. Nobody home. Oaks have it. Taken back by Troush. He works it across the blue line to get it back in. Tops to the circle. Shot. Saved by Lunder. Kick to the side of the net. Now it's Palmer. Throws it out just ahead of Waddick. Waddick plays it up the far side. It's thrown to the ice there by Troush. Loose in front of the Zam doors. Waddick's got it. Gets it over to Molenkamp. Molenkamp from the blue line. Shot. Chopped down in front, wide of the net. Waddick again in the corner. Now the Oaks will send it out the length. Gets a touch, so no icing. Molenkamp back to get it. Through the slot, gets it ahead to Waddick. Waddick forces it ahead to Lund. Lund gets it up to Mitchell. And the Oaks take it away on their own goal line. Played back to the blue line. Molenkamp there. Jump down to the corner. Back behind the net it goes. Failed clearing attempts. The Oaks have it now. Played up to the side. Sent out through center ice. Taken away by Molenkamp. Sets him back a couple feet. Again taken away by Molenkamp. Played off the boards out to neutral ice. Delayed offside as it caroms all the way back to the near corner. Meehan back to get it. Oaks collected in the corner. Tyler Randall. It's knocked off his stick. Now battled out to the far side. It's Maddox Mitchell. Kicks it back to Molenkamp. He'll send it around to the near boards. Lund gets it in his skates. Randall now. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Mitchell on the back check. Meehan behind the net. Plays it over to Lund. Lund goes back. Sends it up into the skates of Randall. Tries again. Now we're out to neutral ice. Oaks have control in their own defensive zone, and it's Lynch will wind it up through center ice. Hits the brakes just inside the blue line. Long cross ice pass collected by Lunders. Hits the brakes at the tops of the circle. Gives off to Randall. Loose in front. Play it off to the far side. Saints dig it off the boards. Kicked out to neutral ice. Michael Pohl surprised the forecheck. Now sent it back. Cooper Smith. Battle on the center ice. Powell sends it in. Now knocks it loose. Picked up by the Oaks. Wheels and fires it into the ref skates. Cross ice pass, and the Oaks are out and on the move. Lunders takes it into the blue line. Shot saved by Freihoffer. Loose puck in the middle. Elsie gets Rick rolled again. Chipped out of the zone, and it'll go the length for an icing. So with 8:23 left in the third period, the Oaks holding a commanding 2-0 lead. Shots on goal favor the Oaks, 32-14. Puck's down. Duke kicks it out to the blue line. The Oaks will fire it in there. Knocked away by Owen Trausch. Oh, that's a dangerous check from behind the boards that doesn't get any call. Sent out to neutral ice. Played to the far side. Owen Trausch is there. Rips it off the boards. It'll go the length. No icing. Brady Eubanks back to get it. Centering pass. Can't connect with Orr. Now it's fired out to the far side. Eubanks is there. Taken away by the Oaks. Held in by Owen Trausch. There's no way that was offsides, Blondin. You called it from the red line. But hey, you got the whistle. I've got the microphone. Tees into the dot. Puck's down. Controlled by Elliot Trausch on the far side. Works it down the boards. Around the face-off dot shot. Saved by Lunder. Loose in front. Kicked out to the far boards. Otter still has it there. Sends it back down to the corner. It's chased there by Palmer. It's knocked away. Now it's Trausch battling for it on the far boards. The Oaks come away with it. Play it out to the near side of the ice. Into the Saints bench. Into the Saints bench. Face off to center ice. Lund, Waddick, and Mitchell over the boards at forward. Carter administration back on defense. Puck's down. Controlled by the Oaks in the defensive zone. Taken away by Mitchell. Taken back by the Oaks. Now Mitchell knocks it loose again. Lund sends it on net. Saved by Lunders. Oaks will play it back behind the net. Work it out the far side. Taken away by Waddick in the high slot. Backhands it towards the net. The Oaks have it there. They'll play it off the back wall. Now up the near boards, all the way back to Molenkamp. Center ice. Place it over to Meehan. Meehan ahead to Maddox Mitchell. Top of the circle shot. High and wide. Molenkamp holds it in just inside the blue line though. Kicks off his stick. He carried it. Oh, that was out. Again, you have the mic, I have the mic. Or you have the whistle, I have the mic. Taken away by Randall. Lund can't quite connect on it, though. Now it's knocked loose. Randall's got it. Tops of the circle. Shot. Saved by Lunders. Holds on for a whistle. 6:22 left in the third period. Oaks lead 2-0. Head on shots, too. 32-17. We get Cooper Smith and Elsie Zukachoff out. Michael Poles and Tyler Randall to the face-off dot. Knocked back to Elsie. Elsie will play it to the corner. Wraps around to the near side. Sent out to the front. Poles has got it. He'll play it back to Smith. Sent back down the boards all the way to the far corner. Picked up there by the Duke. It's backhanded off, and they'll take it away and reverse field. All the way back. The Oaks taking it into the zone from the face-off top. Shot saved by Freihofer. Loose puck. Controlled by Poles. He'll race it back up the ice. Gets it ahead. Taking it into the zone. Shot fired wide of the net. And the Oaks out to neutral ice. Randall harasses them the whole way. Gets a call. Even though the ref was 50 feet behind the play, and no way he saw it correctly. Roughing. We would have went with tripping. We would have went with a couple other things. But you've got your little water wings. You call what you want, Leland. Maybe next time try and stay up with the play. Out for the penalty kill. It's the Trash boys. Anders Hill and Ethan Teese. Elliott to the face-off dot. Won by the Oaks. Back to the point. They'll work it back down the boards.
Number 5, at 5:42 for Roughing.
Oaks play catch on the far side. Now they'll try and work it towards the middle. Sent through the slot. Knocked to the boards by Teese. Now it's out. Elliott Troush on the breakaway. Shot saved by Lunders. Elliott eats it in the corner. Poked back up the boards. Taken away by Teese. Sent back into the zone. Troush back down to apply a little pressure. He'll spin away from him. Probably a good choice. Play it back behind the net. No one knows where it is. The Oaks work it out the far side. Cross ice pass. Chipped up into head coach Scott Long. Another friendly fire incident into the Oaks bench. Scott does not look happy for a coach that's winning 2-0. Still a minute left on the Randall penalty, so we'll get Lund into the faceoff dot. Oaks win the faceoff. Lunders will send it back behind the net. Played out the far side. Again, cross ice pass. That seems to be their MO. They're going to go one way and then reverse and go the other. Jimmer back to get it. Michael Poles back there, making life miserable as a forechecker. Oaks working out the far side. They'll carry it right up Main Street. Now played off, just inside the zone. Top of the circles. Facing shot. Saved by Freihofer. Holds on for a whistle. 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third period. The Saints have been saving up all their energy to score goals. Now would be the time to release the beast. Troush with the face-off win. Works it out to center ice. Gets it up ahead. Gonna lose the race. It's an A for effort. Played back. Carter administration. They'll send it up ahead. Dumped into the zone by Mollenkamp. Played around to the near boards. Troush with a big hit there. Knocks the puck loose. He's got it in the slot. Shot saved by Lunders. Elliott Troush. Man on a mission on the penalty kill. Heads to the box, or bench. Now it's taken away. Randall's over there. His penalty's expired. The Oaks try and force it out. It's held in at the blue line. They'll try and get it out again. Randall again knocks it back down. Now they're successfully working all the way back to the Duke defensive zone. 3:22 left in the third period. They'll play it ahead to Michael Poles. Carries into the zone. Shot saved by Lunders. He'll hold on for the whistle. Shots in favor of the Oaks. 34-20 in the 2-0 game. Randall to the dot. Face off one back to Elsie. She'll dump it to the corner. Poles picks it up. Nope. Leaves it behind the net. The Oaks will reverse it. Back behind the net. Now it's fired up the near side. Pulls it off the boards there. Chipped ahead. Knocked back in by Cooper Smith. Poked loose by Randall. He'll drive it to the far side. Who is off? One that calls everyone off. We'll reset just outside the Dubuque zone. 2:53 left. Little ball of energy. Elliott Truss jumps over the boards, only to go back. So Randall and Poles will stay out with tees. Honors Hill and an undetermined defenseman, Palmer. I think this might be the first penalty or power play unit. Played back to Honors. Honors will send it ahead to Michael Poles. Trip there. No call. Dumped in. The Oaks will fire it up the far side. Poles now, drops it off. Palmer sends it on net, just wide. Karen's up to the near side. Poles walks off the boards. Taken away from Randall. It's 2-on-1 the other way. Honors Hill back to get it. Sends Tees over to get the back checker and works flawlessly. Now it's Poles. Ahead to Randall. Randall 1-on-2 the other way. He'll drive it wide. Run hard into the boards. Throws his own weight behind the goal line. 2 minutes left. Now sent out to the front. Shot saved by Lunders. Alex Mitchell got a great shot on that. He's had a good day too. Now Karam's all the way down to the far corner. Catch the Saints in a change. Back in the defensive zone. Oaks will work it back to the defensive zone. Cross-ice pass. All the way back to the defensive zone again. Played up the far side. The Oaks have it. Top of the circle. Sent through the slot. Played back to the blue line. Jumped on just wide of the net. Karam's off to the far boards. Mitchell's over there. Backhanded up. Not out of the zone. Just 1 minute and 11 seconds left. Sure, the Saints looking to get Freihofer off the ice. Need to control the puck somewhere other than the defensive zone to do that. They'll go for a change. Dumped into the zone. Icing. That is not going to help our case, but I would expect to see Coach Austin call a timeout. And he does.
Timeout, Saints.
See if we can zoom in on the conversation that's happening here. This seldom works for me. Go away. Oh, it's following the silly ref. No one wants to see them. All right. Well, that sucked. Scores from around the league. It's a final in Waterloo. The Warriors are victorious over the Quad City Blues. Cyclones currently up 2-0 on the Jets. And as we said earlier, the final, the Capitals beat the Metros 2-1. 57 seconds left. Puck's down. Controlled by Dubuque. They'll bomb it out to the blue line. Held in by Lunders. He'll send it to the net. Saved by Freihofer. Kicks it back to the corner. Now Lunders again. Sends it to the far corner now. Des Moines has it there. Played back to the corner. Des Moines more than happy just to play keep away. Hold it in the zone. Don't let Freihofer off. Now played over to Palmer. Sends it back to the corner. Randall's pass is stolen. The Oaks will dump it back beyond the goal line. 26 seconds left. Saints still unsuccessful at getting it out of the zone. Now it's played ahead. Michael Poles has it at the red line. Taken away. Randall gets a piece of it. Sent back to the blue line. Poles has it there. Freihopper off. Shot. Saved by Lenders. He'll hold for a whistle. So with just 8 seconds left, the Saints will run the mystical 2-point play in hopes of tying up the game. Tyler Randall under the dot. Ethan Tees into the dot. He's got Anders Hill behind him. Saints are going to make a wild charge at the net. Oaks win the faceoff. Chip back behind the goal line. Sent around to the far side. Into the netting with 1.9 seconds left. May need to break out the 3-point play now. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks. That'll do it.
And that's the game.
So the final here from Dubuque in the JV contest is 2-0 in favor of the Oaks. Shots on goal finish at 35-22.
35 shots on goal for the Oaks.
We'll see these guys again tomorrow morning if you're interested in the JV contest. For the varsity contest, they'll come out for warm-ups. Sam the Ice, and we'll see you back online here in about 15, 20 minutes. 30 minutes, according to the clock. I'm Madison's dad. Keep saying if you can find